Hi Scorpio, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-November 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's to the bridge and gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Four of Cups. So this is actually Cancerian energy here. So it could just be saying for some of you, you might be at a distance from this person, or at least you were in the past. And there could have been some disappointment around that, right? Maybe you felt like you weren't able to interact with each other the way that you would have liked. For example, if you lived closer to each other, it could just be saying that maybe within your immediate area as well, that there were potential people that you could have been seeing, but you just weren't necessarily feeling a connection to them. All right, past energy on their side, we have the High Priestess. So to me, this says that they were possibly studying and growing spiritually in general, but for others of you, this could just be saying more specifically, they could have been trying to study you, right, and try to figure out what you liked, what you disliked. So I feel like this is saying that to a certain extent, they could have been trying to figure you out, but not necessarily communicating with you directly to find those things out. If we look at the body language between the two cards, right, it looks like their backs are turned to each other. So I feel like this is saying that there wasn't a lot of direct communication between the two of you, but it seems like there was still a connection felt. Okay, present energy on your side, we have the Princess of Arrows. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Swords in traditional tarot. And if we look at the artwork here, those butterflies always stand out to me because it makes me think of that term, butterflies in your stomach. And page energy in general tends to be a little less comfortable embodying that energy. So for arrows that represent communication, right? So it could just be saying that in the present you might have some nervousness around coming forward to communicate with this person and express them how you're feeling. But it looks like for a lot of you, you still will be going through with it anyway. Okay, present energy on their side, we have the Five of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here, and in a lot of decks, the Five of Swords energy could give off an energy of conflict. But here, if we look at the artwork in this deck, it gives a much different energy off. So if we look at this, the person's holding flowers. They look clearly a little disappointed, and looks like they're just throwing flowers into the water. So to me, this represents the flowers representing that emotional expression, right? Could just be saying that they might struggle with that. So it could just be one of those things where, let's say, if you initially come forward to them, express them your feelings, right? It might be hard for them to, even if they feel those things deeply, for them to actually express them in a clear way could be a bit more difficult. So they might just struggle with that a little bit. So to me, that says as well that if you do come forward and you don't hear back from them immediately, I wouldn't necessarily view that as a negative sign. It could just be one of those things where they're going to try to find the right words. Because they might have found it in the past, they might have said things came across the wrong way, and it could have shot them in the foot, right? Okay, and future energy on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this is a celebratory energy here. This is actually Cancer energy. So for some of you, this could just be pointing to possibly when we have the full moon in Cancer toward the end of the year. Because, I mean, virtually every culture as we move through the end of December has some kind of celebrations, some kind of holidays, right? So it could just be as simple as that. It could just be saying maybe be reconnecting with friends, family, siblings, right, for the holidays. But to me, this could just be saying, could be indicating that things will go well with the expression of feelings on your part, and that'll be part of what you have to celebrate in the future. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Emperor. So to me, this is a really good sign. This is Aries energy here, by the way. But to me, this is a good sign that says that they will overcome those difficulties with the expression, right? Looks like a little bit of a lack of confidence here. And as we move into the future energy, it looks like they will actually get that confidence back, be more open and expressive towards you. So it could just be one of those things just a generic way I could see this energy playing out. Basically looking at the spread as a whole, like I said in the past, looks like maybe they were trying to figure out like what were your likes and dislikes, but not necessarily coming forward directly to speak with you, right? Maybe lacking a little bit of confidence around coming forward to speak to you, but it could just be saying that you coming forward first gives them that confidence that, okay, yeah, Scorpio is interested, right? Because, I mean, if we look at the body language of both cards in the past, if you were interested, they might not have picked up on that in the past. So it could just be one of those things where you express an interest, gets the ball rolling between the two of you, and then that actually helps them step into their confidence and be more expressive toward you. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Temptation. So this is the equivalent of the Devil in traditional tarot. And it could just be saying in the past, maybe you were pulled away from the connection, right? So going back to, just to use it as a generic scenario, going back to the distance thing, right? Like I said, maybe the two of you were at a distance from each other. So this could just be saying maybe if there was someone in your more immediate area that was more accessible, at least maybe you might have tried that out, right? To see like, okay, maybe I don't feel as strong of an attraction for this person, but at least they're here, like physically, right? So you could have just at least explored that, maybe found that it wasn't as strong of a connection as it was with this person. Could have been one of those things there, maybe just a temporary thing. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Two of Swords, Libra energy here. And Two of Swords usually points to trying to decide between two different options, right? And what stands out to me with this deck in particular is it almost reminds me more of the Three of Swords energy that we see in a lot of tarot decks. So you'll just be saying that, maybe because they've been heartbroken in the past around the situation that could have them approach things with a certain level of shyness because they still think about that previous situation and try to avoid recreating that. All right, moving on to your oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from Messages of Love oracle cards deck. Just pulling a single card from here first. All right, and next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Same situation, just going to pull a single card from this deck as well, and then we'll read the messages from both and wrap the reading up with that. And that one there. All right, so first we'll see what we got from the Messages of Love. Okay, we have boundaries. It says firm boundaries are needed now. Interesting message there because in a way it feels like there's already been boundaries in place between the two of you. And like I said, it looks like you might actually be the one to come forward first to express some feelings there. But in the past, it definitely looks like the word boundaries. And this could just be saying that with that in mind, maybe this is saying that the time that you two spent apart was for a reason, right? So maybe that not one that either of you consciously understood, but it might have just been needed anyway. And now that energy could be opening up a little bit more. All right. And we have from the Wisdom Oracle, Clean It Up. Here's the artwork, and the number is 21. Let's see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says, time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there because to me, that's another way to look at this devil card or temptation energy, right? Maybe this is saying that you might have had some bad habits of yours that you might have needed to release. And then I spoke about with this person how this almost reminds me more of the Three of Swords energy, right? Which is to say that maybe part of their shyness was that they were still healing from past love disappointment. So it could have just been saying that both of you needed to work through those things separately, and now, as you do so, you'll be able to come together in a much healthier way. So, hopefully that resonated for you guys. Once again, happy birthday. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.